Hello. Hello. I want to give you an update on something. This atrocious piece of gear. And no, I'm not just trying to get clickbaity clicks. I actually feel the need to talk about this again. Even though I thought we had done the job, reported about it, and buried the story, everything good. So, let me give you the rundown. What happened? This company, Aeroband, sent this guitar, which it isn't, to several channels, and most channels refused to do anything about it. But then, as a guitar teacher, I felt the need to warn people about this as a teaching tool. I looked at it, and there are issues, which I made a video about and said, I don't want to take your money because I'm going to say very negative things. But I feel the need to make that video. My friend Kalen from 6 TV did the same thing. And then they were immediately sending out emails warning other influencers that already had these to not make negative videos or there might be legal consequences. Then Andy made a video about that, not mentioning the company, not getting in any trouble. And that then blew up, and because of that, our review videos were found, and they're now in the hundreds of thousands, which is good because this warning should be out there. But it was a lot of negative publicity for Aeroband, and some of our other friends tried to jump on the train, get the clicks, bitch about it too, bitch about the emails. But the story was out. The email story was out. The review was out. There wasn't a need to beat the dead horse. So we asked our friends, please don't do it. As a respect somehow to the company, because the story was done. And they contacted me and said, we want to talk to you and find out how we can be better. And I said, okay, then I've already spent a lot of time for nothing. Then hire me as a consultant for that call and pay me my fee that I would have usually taken for the review. And they did. And then we had a long conversation. And I was impressed by the people in China from Aeroband. They are young, motivated, smart people that made horrible choices in threatening people. They made horrible choices in replacing the audio on their ads with fake audio from real guitars and all that kind of stuff. Hey, Landon Bailey. It's Landon Bailey. It's going bing. He had one of these too. And Landon, stop! And sent it to Glenn Fricker. Let's see what Glenn does with it. So we had this conversation and I said, look, as a teaching tool, this is bad. You made mistakes. You were bad people. You put the wrong audio over ads. Your ads are horrible. Landon, stop it. Landon loves me. Check out his channel, Landon Bailey, good guy. I said, that was bad. And I said, you are smart people. Be transparent. Make your own videos where you ask the community, first of all, where you apologize for the shit you've done. I said, people understand people making mistakes and then stepping up and saying, we made bad choices. And I said, go do your own channel, erase the ads, go in front of a camera and say, we've made mistakes. What do you want this thing to be? Do you want it to be a MIDI controller and things like this? And they liked the idea. They understood the mistakes they've done in terms of threatening us, replacing the audio on ads with wrong audio. I mean, lying, literally lying. And they got it all. And it felt like, okay, we've gone somewhere. I said, as a MIDI controller, this could be good. Does it have to do bends? There is absolutely no way in the world this can do bends, because these are literally, these silicone strings are fixed to the fretboard. They're like, oh, we are working on bends. Bullshit. Because you cannot bend this. There's no way to physically do this. There's many things you cannot physically do on this. I don't even know if it's got battery. It still has. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, anyway, that's what it does. I realized they're like, oh, it's very good for, like, singing with it and with a microphone. And I'm like, why in the world would you plug in a shitty microphone here so that you sing here and it comes out here. If you're sitting there and I'm playing and singing to you, you don't need a microphone. My voice comes out here. It's pretty damn loud. I mean, why would it come out here? Well, because of the effects, they said. And then I started to realize what they did. They are from China. And I said, look, there's a cultural discrepancy here. In China, karaoke is a big thing. In Asia in general. And that's great. After work, you go to a bar and you butcher music. And that's fine. It's fun. Bad singing over bad MIDI tracks. Totally cool just to get relaxed and forget about your busy day at work. It makes total sense. This is for that community. Put a mic here, put some auto-tune or delay and reverb coming out here, and then, you play 2 bad MIDI tracks and do a horrible rendition of a Beatles song. Makes sense in a culture where karaoke is a thing. So, as that, totally cool. As a different kind of a thing for the karaoke enthusiast, putting one finger in 4 frets and kind of doing a Guitar Hero approach and playing songs but not really being a guitar player. They wouldn't care that they're not a guitar player because it's karaoke. It's fun. It's not taking yourself too seriously. And I said the biggest mistake they made was sending it to actual guitar players doing actual guitar reviews, people that can actually play. They should have sent this to video game channels, karaoke channels, and maybe stayed within the cultural area where karaoke and that form of an approach to music is big. And that's not Europe and that's not the US. So they got this. They totally got it. We also talked about it as a MIDI controller, and I said maybe it could have an accelerometer in it or a gyroscope where I'm doing bends like this. This is an up bend, this is a down bend. I mean, for a techno act on stage, going like boing and then wow. I mean, as a performance instrument. And they were like super excited about this. So we had a very good conversation. But we definitely talked about honesty. We talked about the price being an issue. We talked about them going to guitar players. Bad idea, because guitar players will judge this differently than a beginner or a music enthusiast. So, technically I was like, we're done. We got the message out. We slapped them on the wrist. But there's no need to further beat a dead horse. No other channels needed to come out making negative reviews to warn the public. Nothing. It was all done. They were pretty okay with it. Yeah. They learned exactly nothing. Zero, zilch, nada, nix. Why? Well, because Black Friday comes around and they're like, oh, we have the best deal for the Aeroguitar now. It's not 600 anymore. It never was 600. It's all the worst of marketing bullshit, lying to your public and the audience that you can imagine. Oh, now it's only $4.99. It was always $4.99, which is $3.99 too much. And they're like, oh, it's $5.99 and now you can only get it for $4.79. Making it artificially more expensive on the website during a sale so that you can sell it for your regular price but it looks cheaper, that's lying. Okay? That's clearly lying to an audience. Right now, it's Women's Day today. Like, oh, for Women's Day. Seriously? We're doing a special sale. Only 20 left. Well, obviously, that's bullshit. And it's $5.99 down to $4.79. It's just lying in the worst way. Okay, fine. So they did that. They learned nothing about the price, nothing about that form of marketing. And I said the most important thing is be truthful to your audience and customers. Nope, they're not. Next, I go to NAMM and there's a huge booth. They spend, I'm going to say 20 grand, 30 grand, something like that, to go to NAMM with the team and a booth to present this. Now in white and pink, by the way. Wow. Yeah, they went to NAMM. When we had a big conversation about it, and everyone told them, why did you send this to actual guitar players? Do not present this to actual musicians. That's not the target audience. NAMM is musicians. NAMM is actual musicians and guitar players. And I'll tell you one thing, their pocket drum thing is good. Leslie's playing with it, and she's like, yeah, drums, It's a fun thing. It's not too expensive, and drumming in the air for $150, fun. Okay? Can you play drums? Can you learn drums with that? No, but it's a cool thing. This isn't. So they went to NAMM and showed it in pink and white. Why go to NAMM? Literally learned nothing from that conversation. Everything that we talked about, everything that the videos were pointing at, nothing. And then I see Facebook ads now on a daily basis. I tried to capture them all. I could find 2 of the 4 that I've seen. In one, they hired some smaller channels, people I've never seen, and honestly, people I don't want to be associated with. Some people don't even show their faces. So they hired some newer channels that they could get to say good things about this. And again, guitar channels, and again, guitar players. Why?
Connect with the USB cable to a computer, phone, or tablet. You can connect the Aeroband guitar to audio interface, amp, or speakers.
Go to people that don't know how to play guitar. That's the whole idea. And if it works, well then great, but it won't. You're not going to learn how to play guitar with this. In one of the videos, you only hear synth sounds, piano, and great acoustic sounds from plugins that you don't get with this. You never actually get to hear the real thing. Which again, I mean, you see the plugins in the picture, yes, but that's still not really advertising the product you're going to get. It's advertising the product you're going to get plus hundreds in extra software and playing through a computer with USB-C. False advertising, if you ask me. In one ad, and I'm sad that I couldn't get it, I couldn't find it, it literally says, from musicians for musicians. And that makes me furious. It makes me absolutely furious because it's very, 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 very clear that this is not made by musicians. You know how I know this? First of all, I have the product in my hand. It's not. Secondly, the people in the call from Aeroband all said, none of us here is a musician. They literally told me that nobody in the office is actually a guitar player. And the people that they used in their original advertising videos, I think a guy from Poland, contacted me and told me directly what it was like working with them and said nobody there is a musician. So making an ad saying from musicians for musicians is making me furious because one thing I cannot handle is companies lying. I know that advertising is lying. Not here, not in what I do. I cannot handle this. And especially after we had these talks that they paid me for, where I advised them, honesty is going to get you out of this mess. They went the complete opposite. Produced new ads, write new bullshit, it's good for your fingers and, it's pain-free experience. It's painful. The whole experience is painful. Up here. And then they hired some very big channels for a lot of money to show this thing. And I can't fault these guys. They need to eat, so they take the money. And they don't say anything, but it's like, yeah, look, I can play. I mean, with other sounds, not with what's built in, because that's crap. But they again go to actual guitar players, and they spend a lot of money to dupe the public. Going to NAMM, from musicians for musicians, they continue the same bullshit. It's very, very sad. I've done what I can to help the company, to prevent other channels from making negative reviews because we thought the damage to them was done. There was no need to go anymore. At this point, Glenn, everyone that wants to go, please go ahead, because they didn't listen. They haven't learned anything. They keep doing this. They keep saying it's 600, now it's 500, when it never was 600. They keep lying in their marketing, in their sales, in everything. And I'm not okay with this. The product has not changed since the review, and they just keep hammering out ads and ads and ads, and they think throwing money at the problem is going to fix it. Make a better product. Fix the price. Fix the functionality. Fix your app. Make it actually teach people. All the stuff that we criticized. Nothing has changed. They are at it again. Going to NAMM. Okay. That's my rant. Aeroguitar has learned nothing. Zip zilch. I tried. Now you know where we are. You know what happened after the original video, which got quite a bit of clicks. I still have one. If you want to buy it, contact me. You get a good deal. That's not going to happen. But if you want it, comment below. Also, by the way, below I'll link to Thomann's 70th anniversary. They're not a sponsor of the video, trust me, but they have some cool deals, and every first of the month there's new deals at Thomann. So go to their landing page and check it out. We have the 8th. So for 2 more days, the March deals are active, and there's of course deals that are active until September of all like kind of limited edition 70th stuff. That helps me out. I wasn't being paid obviously for this video, but if you want to help me out, go to Thomann, check out stuff. Maybe you find something that you like. Thank you. And animals at the end.
In the day, there's an oddity in my way. I don't seem to care for what I did before. Playing tennis in a thunderstorm, sipping gin till the break of dawn. Yeah, I'm on a new